Okay, so people don't realize there's actually a lot more to writing an offer for a piece of real estate than you might think. Now, I'm going to go down the list real quick with brief explanations, and let me know if you have any questions on them. Closing date, when you actually sign the papers to buy the property. Possession date, when you actually take possession of the property. And yes, those can be on different days. Do you need a post-occupancy agreement? That's more if you're selling or if the sellers need some time after closing on the property to be able to get their things out. And yes, that does happen sometimes. What type of loan is it, or is it a cash deal? Is there a financial contingency? How many days is the financial contingency? Is there an appraisal contingency? I have seen a lender actually be able to waive the appraisal so that there was not an appraisal contingency, even though they were getting a loan. They're few and far between, but they do happen. Purchase price, that's the most common. That's what we always hear. I'll give you this much for it. But then you don't realize there's 50 other questions to ask. Is there an escalation clause? In some competitive environments, there's an escalation clause that will actually raise your offer by a certain amount if someone comes in with a higher price. Earnest money. How much earnest money are you going to put on this offer? Yes, you can get that back, but both seller and buyer both have to agree to release that earnest money back where it goes, as long as you are following the contract and the contingencies therein. Closing costs. How much closing cost is the seller being asked to pay, and is the buyer going to pay? This includes lender fees, deed prep, title insurance, prepaid interest, prepaid homeowner's insurance, and I'm sure some other things I did not say. Home inspection. What are the terms of the home inspection? No inspection, as is with inspection, inspection with repair agreement. I have actually seen some with no inspection at all. Actually, I think 2 in my career. That's mostly with investments though, so it's a little different. And many times the person buying it somewhat acts as the inspector to start with. Is there a termite inspection? Are you requesting a termite bond be put on the property? Who's paying for it? Is this contingent upon selling another property? Meaning, does the buyer have to sell their current property now as well in order to buy the house? Is a survey required? Is a home warranty required? And if so, who is paying for it? Are you asking for anything to stay, like a refrigerator, a deep freezer in the garage, a couch? I've seen a lot of stuff being asked for, maybe like a swing, playground equipment. As you can tell, there's a lot more to an offer than just how much you want to pay for it. There's a lot more terms that aren't money that are worth money, and you really need to consider all of these things together to craft a great offer that's going to be accepted. And you have to be very careful with the contingencies and understanding the risk you're taking, whether on the buying or the selling side. I'll be glad to walk through an offer with you just so you understand all the parts of the contract, because I don't want you signing anything until you're 100% and you understand what you're signing. Contact me, send me a message, call, text, and I'll be glad to send you my document on the parts of a contract and the documents that you would sign when you're submitting an offer. Ask any of my previous clients. I make sure we're always confident in what we're doing. Making a wise, powerful decision for our future with no regrets at all.